Hi Sagittarius, welcome to your October 2017 Astro Tarot forecast. My name is Charlotte from Astrology.com. This month we're going to talk about the two major events of the month, which are the full moon and new moon. This month I just want to tell you overall is going to be a little bit precarious in the fact that there is going to be a lot of tension. These are matters where boundaries have been crossed or they need to be crossed, where words need to be spoken to clear up certain matters that have been hidden. And so for everyone of all signs, this is going to be a month of communication where a lot of people have wagging tongues, a lot of people are talking, there's going to be a lot on social media. There's going to be a lot of blocks and tension related to trying to get your voice across and trying to deal with issues related to travel, legalities, academics, negotiations, contracts, moves, all of that sort of thing. And so for Sagittarius, that October 5th full moon at 12 degrees of Aries is really going to bring some financial difficulties, I think, perhaps related to, or some trust issues related to romance or children, that area, because that full moon takes place in Aries and it will square Pluto. Now the new moon on October the 19th is going to take place at 26 degrees of Libra. And for you, this is going to be all about your 11th house of groups and friends. You're going to really start making some new friends or interacting with new people from October 19th forward, plus about 2 weeks. Give that about 2 weeks. New moons open up about a 2-week window there. So keep all that in mind. But the biggest news is, despite all of these little things that you're going to have to do with communication there, you're going to have to really prepare yourself for Jupiter moving into Scorpio. Now, Jupiter only returns to a sign every 12 years, and for you, this is your 12th house of spirituality. This is the 12th house that involves hospitals, staying behind the scenes. And with Jupiter there, you're really going to experience a spiritual influx of information there for you. Jupiter is going to trine the signs of Pisces and Cancer with its stay for a year in Scorpio. And so for you, this is really going to be about you finding time with home and family, you finding time to nurture yourself, to spend really contemplating everything that you have incorporated into your belief system. You're going to spend a lot of time communing with Spirit, and Spirit will find ways to approach you to get you back on the path. Sagittarians have been off the path for quite some time. We've seen that where they've dealt with a lot of mundane events and wanted to really feel like it was almost like a popularity contest. Well, no, not everybody does it this way, and I need to be doing it this way. And where they have felt maybe where spirituality was a little too eccentric for their place that they wanted to experience within society. And now Jupiter's return to Scorpio is to get you back in line, get you back on track, because we are here on a mission and a purpose in this lifetime. And there is no bigger peace than when we can feel that we are fulfilling our purpose and that we are in line with a higher power and we are relating with Spirit in a deep and emotional way. Now this month I'm doing the cards a little differently. I have the Sibyllus laid out here and I have the oracles laid out here to define the underlying emotional factors. I'm still going to go about it the same way. I'm going to use the tarot to clarify, but we're going to be incorporating events and people here with the Sibyllus into the reading. So in the center for you, I feel like there is a romantic influence. It's a very dreamy influence, but I feel like things are changing. I feel like there is a new passion or fire in relationships, but I want you to understand that there is something still hidden behind the scenes. And there's a sense of movement or moving home here, but I feel like this is something you've been waiting on. It feels like, yeah, it's go time, it's time to celebrate, it's something to look forward to, but still you're feeling this new sense of consciousness in the background, perhaps from that eclipse that took place August the 21st in the sign of Leo. So I feel like for you, this is really about you trying to find the reasoning for your purpose and trying to also understand joint resources, matter of trust and intimacy, death, any type of psychological addiction or obsession that you've had, where you have felt a compulsion in the need to move forward in certain situations. I feel like you're going to be rejudging that, or you're going to be re-looking at that in a certain sense, especially related to home and family, because I feel like there is a certain home move that you are feeling happy about. You're feeling happier about reconnecting with home and family, and you're feeling, better about you needing to get back to finding your own inner fire and passion with life. But yet you still feel this sense of change taking place within you, this sense of conscious change, of feeling like the observer in a situation. For some of you, I feel like this is all about like this, whatever has happened is no surprise, or whatever is going to happen by that new moon, October the 19th, is no surprise. I feel like some of you are enjoying the monetary or the material amounts in certain situations, but there's a need here to recognize Spirit, especially from those who have passed, who are leaving wisdom for you to reconnect with family, to reconnect with your inner sense of spirituality and bringing that fire back up within yourself to move forward in totality, not just in the month of October. I feel like by the end of October, there are going to be some messages here, probably from your significant other. And there's a feeling here, perhaps related to an older female. Perhaps there's a conversation that you're having with this person. It could be related to family in a sense of, needing to relax or take a vacation or withdraw into yourself by the end of October. I feel like the beginning of October, you're a lot more optimistic in that sense about things changing. I think some of you are definitely moving to a new home. I think some of you have worries though related to school. We have the scholar card and the house card here. I feel like that there is a sense of obligation or something that is changing for you, is changing within your heart. And this is about listening to your heart in certain situations. And I'm going to go back over to clarify with the oracles, and we'll look at the mundane events surrounding this underlying emotional factor. Some of you are definitely taking on this sense, this deepening sense of understanding who you are, especially when you are taking the position of the observer in your relationships. Some of you are wanting to move on. You're wanting to move on from certain people who hold the purse strings in relationships, and you're wanting to move in a new financial direction. Some of you are simply traveling with the person who holds the purse strings in your relationship, or you may be traveling to an older personality, Capricorn, Taurus, or Virgo, but definitely a wealthy man in a sense here. If you are a female in a relationship, this could be your parent or partner that you are traveling with. So I feel like this new home and family foundation is what is coming for you by that new moon, October the 19th, plus 2 weeks. And I feel like you have waited for a while. You may continue waiting on a home-related situation. There's a need to collect data here. There's something here that you haven't seen yet that needs to be thrown into the pot, which is going to allow you to change. The card of Aquarius is here. This is about following your true spiritual path. It also denotes an Aquarius female in your life. Could be arguments with this person, or you are trying to get back on the right spiritual path of change. This could also be related to a Leo, Aries, or Sagittarius male. So perhaps this is a situation where you are feeling burdened. There's a perspective that's changing here related to these two people. And I feel like that is what is going to change your mind about a certain situation. It may lead to some arguments with your partner about your own sense of emotional and financial security in relationships or within the family. Now this talks about traditional family settings. And so this is about having the grandparents around, having the entire family, not just the immediate family, not just you, your spouse, and your child, if that is your situation, Sagittarius. This is about incorporating all aspects of the family together. For some of you, I feel like there's a sense of loss or needing to redefine your boundaries with a Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn woman. There's a sense of needing to take a break here, of trying to find the right ingredients in matters related to children and in moving forward. Some of you feel like you have been left out in the cold in family-related situations, or there's not enough money there. It could be with a Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces male, or this could be a situation that's happening with your family in which a fire sign, Leo, Aries, or Sagittarius, plays a role. For some of you, this could be you in a relationship with a Cancer and feeling like you're not emotionally fulfilled, or you're not have enough money in family or home related situations. Definitely, I feel like there are monies that have been invested and there is time that has been invested, but there are endings here. Endings related to offers of love, perhaps with Aquarius, Libra, or Gemini female, or there's just a sense here of, you know, really kind of like working behind the scenes and feeling like your cup is spilling over. Like there was an offer there, but I'm not sure that you want that offer, or that offer has been taken away. But nevertheless, a new offer unfolds, one related to career, I feel like, or, you know, your place in the sun. That is taking place, and that involves a greater amount of money. And really, you know, working behind the scenes, not showing everyone, you know, your cards. You're trying to really mold a situation by spending time with spirit. And I don't feel like you're ready to be victorious or move on from a certain situation or relationship just yet. And this could be if you're a female Sagittarius and you have a relationship with Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces. But I feel like there's going to be a new idea. There's something you don't know yet. A new idea is going to come forward in that direction. For some of you, I feel like there are situations involving children and romance where you have felt trapped in these situations, and these issues are going to come forward for you or your family. There's a sense of stress or burden here in which these situations have, you know, simmered for some time, and this could involve money or finances. I feel like there are group conflicts related to areas of occupation or work, and you are feeling a sense of being, you know, left alone or loneliness with these situations where you have been in a codependent relationship, but now a new pathway is emerging that involves travel. For some of you, this is also going to involve court-related situations or moving to a new community. And this is going to be about you taking the reins and moving forward in matters of creativity or children, and finding the right ingredients. Especially if you're a female Sag, where you can hold your own purse strings, and it's like you're working behind the scenes to do that. I mean, there would be victory in that area here, is what I'm hearing from Spirit. And a final outcome, I just really wanted to look at this for Sagittarius. I know I haven't done this in my other readings. I feel like there's a male figure, and there's also an older female figure, and there's a need here to catch your breath. To catch your breath in a situation here. And you're really thinking, like, it's like you're trying to make a decision about monies related to groups of people. You're thinking about relationships with parents and partners. You're feeling like you just want to hide out behind the scenes. Like, I'm feeling like you don't have the energy, but by the end of October, it's like you're going to arise from this lake bed of where you've been drowning in all of this information, and you're going to move forward where you felt left out in certain matters related to, you know, your career or career opportunities in relationships, or feeling down about money in relationships, or feeling like people, like you haven't been ready to move on. All of a sudden you're going to have a new idea. And that is going to affect your relationships, and there is going to be a change in your relationships. Definitely. I feel like someone in your relationships has a false front. This could pertain to the man who holds the purse strings again in the relationship, and you are going to have to make a change. I don't see it happening in October, but I feel like you are getting ready. I feel like you're getting ready to reassess these situations. I almost feel like you're taking a step back, like you're just allowing things to happen, and it almost seems like a sadistic way, but I feel like it's something necessary because you feel like you just don't have the energy right now, Sagittarius. So if you have felt like someone has manipulated you in matters of home and family security or in relationships, I feel like there's going to be some sort of message, new message that comes forward here. And especially if you are a young female, again, Sagittarius, I'm getting it over and over here. And this is going to be a message that you are intercepting. I feel like. And I feel like this is not something that you necessarily wanted. You didn't want this message from someone, and it does pertain to a male figure. A new pathway is going to, eventually emerge, Sagittarius. It is a bumpy one. So keep that in mind. In the month of October, Sagittarius, take care of your children, and understand that this is just, a moment here where there is a lot of tension, especially if you're having a home move and trying to rectify financial situations, trying to rectify roles in relationships, even trying to understand how you feel, because it seems like your feelings are changing from one day to the next, and trying to find the truth of certain relationships here. Some of you, this is about perhaps even a pregnancy or something like that, or getting your wish in a relationship. And I feel like that could come up later, but if it did, it would come in November. But I feel like this is more like you're using a guise of something to move forward in a relationship. So I don't really understand that. Only you would know that, Sagittarius. But I feel like it's almost like you've got to find your place in the sun. And right now, it's kind of like fake it till you make it. That's the feeling I'm getting. So I wish you the best. I'll see you again in November. Hey guys, thank you so much for your views on my CH Astrology channel. I enjoy talking with all of you, chatting with all of you. I've enjoyed doing all the private readings with you. I have been just inundated with readings and have got caught up just a little bit. So I wanted to remind you to take advantage of that through the holiday season. $45 for 45 minutes, private YouTube reading. Only you have that link. You can ask me up to 3 questions. You can add any information like your sun sign, your lover's sun sign. You can ask, about lunar events, what's going to happen at this new moon or this full moon, if you want a more astrological influence in the reading. My readings do project to about 6 months. I'll leave them up on my YouTube channel for about 6 months, so you can take advantage of downloading them through your own personal resources. But again, thank you so much for your support of my channel, and I look forward to seeing you, talking with you soon.